Really, all you need to know is what to do next and you'll be okay. We hit rock bottom and we ask ourselves that question, where do you go from here? What to do next? Most people have to ask themselves that question very often throughout their lifetime. Why? Because we always get to like dead-end streets every now and then in our life, or we get to crossroads, or we get to the end of our rope, or we get to, the bottom of the barrel. We hit rock bottom and we ask ourselves that question, what next? Really, all you need to know is what to do next and you'll be okay. So today I have 3 questions that if you had to answer these 3 questions very honestly to yourself, I know that God is going to give you a word as to what you need to do next. Where do you go from here? The first question has to do with faithfulness. The first question is a question you need to ask and answer. Am I doing what I should be doing? Now that I'm alone, am I doing what I should be doing? Now that I've been hurt, am I doing what I should be doing? Now that I'm bankrupt, am I doing what I should be doing? Here's a big one. Now that I've hurt so many people, am I doing right now what I should be doing? Maybe asking them to forgive me, humbling myself. Am I doing what I should be doing? You see, the thing with faithfulness is I cannot be faithful if I don't know what my responsibilities are right now. But if I can identify my responsibilities, I can be faithful. And this is the first thing we need to ask ourselves. You see, in the Bible, it is very clear that people first committed and they showed faithfulness to God, and then they saw God's hand move. Like for instance, Ruth. Ruth was committed, and then she saw God's hand move. David was depressed at one stage. Everybody wanted to kill him, even his own men. The Bible says at that point he encouraged himself in the Lord. You see, no matter how he felt, he did what he knew he had to do. He remained faithful no matter how he felt. We also see Abraham. Abraham, the Bible says, against all hope, hoped. When there was nothing but hopelessness, Abraham hoped. Because against the way he may have felt, he remained faithful. He did what he had to do. So the first question you have to ask yourself is, am I doing what I should be doing? The second one has to do with willingness. Am I doing what I could be doing? Oftentimes when we hit rock bottom or we get to the end of our rope, we actually just want to do the bare minimum because we're so despondent and we're so downcast. But really at this point, what you need to do is you need to do not just what you should be doing, but you also have to do what you could be doing. Are you going the extra mile? What else is there that I could possibly do? I have to show willingness. In Ecclesiastes chapter 11 verse 4 it says, now if you wait for perfect conditions, you'll never get anything done. Ecclesiastes 4 verse 11. If you wait for perfect conditions, you'll never get anything done. You'll never do anything. So don't wait for circumstances to change. Rather, you step out of the boat and you become willing and you look around and you say, God, show me what is it that I could be doing right now? And then jump in and do it to God's glory. The third question has to do with trustworthiness. This is, if God offered you an opportunity, would you take it? If God introduced you into a relationship, would you cultivate that relationship with respect and kindness? If God put money in your hand, would you steward that money on God's behalf? If God, would you? This has to do with trustworthiness. You see, oftentimes we are downcast and we're depressed and we're disappointed because of the situation we're in. And we actually turn away from everything that God could possibly do, all the opportunities, and we look inwardly and we start crying about where we are at. But here's a word for you from God, I believe, that where you are at right now is as important as where you need to be. Because where you are right now is part of the journey to the destination.
Hey everyone, thanks for watching. We hope that you're blessed by these video messages my husband Jacques is putting out. If so, make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel. And if you're watching on Facebook, be sure to like and follow. We love you, we're praying for you, and thanking God for His plans and purposes to prosper in your life.